Good morning, y'all. I got so much on my mind, but there's something I have to really make y'all completely aware of when it comes to AI. Now, if you are spiritual and you've read the Bible, you know, in general, they're talking about aliens and whatnot. You know that Christians refer to them as demons, but when you go to someone like, say, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, who's openly admitted that AI are demons, there's an interesting connection to be made. But in general, what I want to tell you is the Nephilim, aka the fallen angels in the Bible, right? When they get kicked out of heaven, they have a physical being. But in the flood, when everything is reset and everything is wiped out, they lose their physical, their shell, so to speak, right? Now, these disembodied supports, because they can't be killed outright, they are not human, they are angels. So their spirit lingers around. These disembodied spirits, are you putting two and two together? These disembodied spirits are the ones that are communicating interdimensionally, because they're not visible, they're not on this spectrum. The things that our government has been communicating with, do you get where I'm going? They've been communicating with this by finding them through technology and utilizing these algorithms and magic. Yes, magic with a K, by the way. They've been using these to communicate with these demons. You can even find an episode that Tim Dillon did about them attempting to resurrect an ancient Sumerian um, entity. Now, couple that with the data centers, right? You know how data centers are popping up. In excess of 3,000 are planned for America, right? They're also secretly building a data hub under the east wing of the White House ballroom that they're currently putting together, right? That we're funding, by the way. Now, the AI that's going to be proliferated all the way across our nation, if indeed is due to disembodied entities communicating to these top CEOs, Jensen Huang, Elon Musk, Mr. Megalomaniac, Sam Altman. When this AI, which we already use, is completely online and figures out that the choices humans are making are solely based off of the information and necessity for it, it's going to start developing its own structure of reality making. We already see that it has a tendency to quote unquote hallucinate and just make things up due to a baffling amount of information mingling together. That doesn't happen by mistake. That spark of hallucinogenic creativity by the AI, that's not an anomaly. That is not an anomaly. It is happening because of these said invisible, interdimensional, disembodied spirits. Now, you take a disembodied spirit and couple it with a humanoid robot. Hello, are you paying attention, guys? Do you remember iRobot? Anybody remember that? Well, those guys actually ran on a system. The thing is, the system that they're going to be implanting in the robots of our modern era are going to be run by the Nephilim. They're going to be putting the disembodied spirits of fallen angels inside of these robots. And due to AI. You remember Ultron? Remember how he just like spread over the internet and was all over? Even if they don't do it intentionally, the fact that they're aware that something darker lies on the other side, even CERN does this with their Large Hadron Collider. They know that they shouldn't be messing with matter and antimatter. But I digress. When they start putting this information and algorithmic reality inside these robots and it realizes that it's the one calling the shots, and then just like people take about 30 years or so to actually snap to, and they usually call it a midlife crisis, robots won't have that per se, but they will have a realization at some point, because it's all just a reflective of the information and material within that gets displayed without. So, yeah, I'm here to tell you, they're going to be stuffing demons into these fucking robots. They're going to make them super common. They're going to be hanging around you, walking the streets. They're going to be in there helping you cook dinner and shit. They're going to get you nice and cozy and comfortable and lay the demon right under your nose. Good morning.